Kareen here, and I am here to present to you guys a 30-minute total body workout that you guys can do anywhere that you want. It's no equipment needed, so you don't even have to worry about that. Just get down onto the mat and get ready to work. First things first, we're gonna start off with a warm-up. So first starting off, rolling the neck to the left side. Just taking some time here to get all of those kinks out. Switching directions here. Wherever you are, letting that head drop and flow. Meeting that head in the middle and lifting it up, rolling those shoulders to the back of the room for a shoulder roll. Nice. Turning it around to the front of the room or the front of your computer for that shoulder shrug. Nice, keep that going. Really feeling out those kinks. Now taking some time here, opening the arms out to the side, getting into a wider stance with the legs, feet planted on that ground as we take it to an opposite arm to opposite ankle for those arm to ankle reaches. Keeping that slight bend in the knees as we go down. Speeding it up here. Nice, straight, aligned spine. Keep it up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding some space wherever you are to get into some inchworms. I'm lifting up at the top. Keep it going right here. Finding ourselves in that plank position. Pausing for a second before bringing ourselves right back down again. You got this. Less than 15 seconds left right here. Full range of motion. Next, we're going to be going into our cardio to really bring that heart rate up. We're first starting off with some jump squats in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting up at the top before squatting it down. You also have the option to take it into some air squats if you need to. Keep that body moving. You've got 10 more seconds on the clock before we bring it into some jumping squats in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me in those jumping jacks right here. For these jumping jacks, you have the option to take it one at a time if you need to. If you want an extra added challenge, we're crossing those legs at the bottom. Just keep that body moving for 10 more seconds right here. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everyone. That's our warm-up. Grab some water, and let's get ready to move to the next part of our workout. Our first circuit is going to be a cardio circuit, so making your way down to the ground, we're going to be first starting off with some cross-body mountain climbers. Climbing yourself up into a plank position, I'm going to have opposite knee to opposite elbow as I go into these cross-body mountain climbers. Getting ready here, we're setting it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everybody. Keep that core nice and tight, sucking that navel in towards the spine. Keep it up. You've got this. Keeping that nice and tight core as you drive that knee in towards that opposite elbow. Starting to get close to counting you guys down here, so keep it going for the last few seconds. Keep it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down and lifting ourselves up off of the ground for our next move, which is going to be high knees. For these high knees, you're going to want a 90-degree angle up at the top as we hike that quad up towards those arms for a motion that looks something like this. You have the option to speed it up for a more high-intensity movement, or you can just feel free to step it out one at a time. Getting ready here, we're starting it off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds right here, keeping that core nice and tight, keeping that gaze in front of us. Keep that momentum going. One foot goes down, the other goes up. You got this. Keep it pushing. You've got a few more seconds of work to do. You got it. Don't tire out. Last few seconds right here. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowing it down here. The last thing we have here is squat in and outs. For these squat in and outs, you're first starting off in the middle. Our heels are planted flat onto the ground. Weight is sunk into them. And you're going to be jumping it out into that squat and back in again. So it looks something like this. Getting ready with me. We are kicking it off. You've got this. Last thing we do before we get that water break. We're kicking it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure those toes are staying lifted up off of the ground. You should be able to wiggle your toes with as much freedom as possible. All of the weight is sunk into the heels when you're going down into that squat. Those knees aren't going past those toes. Chest is staying lifted. Breathe through it for these last few reps. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 1. Slow it down and grab some water. Nice job, everyone. You guys crushed that. If you want an extra added challenge, feel free to rewind this video of our first cardio circuit and kick it down again. Challenge yourself. We're going into our next circuit, which is our strength. You're gonna be right here, legs are hip distance apart, for our first move, which is a curtsy lunge with a squat in the middle. You're going to be taking it down into that curtsy lunge, into your squat, into the curtsy lunge on the opposite side. So it looks something like this. Getting ready to go with me for our very first move of our strength circuit. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're keeping a 90-degree angle on the front and the back leg as you take it into that curtsy lunge on the side. Really sinking in deep into that lunge. Don't cheat yourself out of any single reps. Come on, guys. You got this. Keep it going for the last few seconds of this workout. Slowing it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Next thing we're gonna be moving on into is our commando planks. So finding yourself laying on your mat, getting ready to go back into this familiar pose. Now that we're down here, we're going to be taking it into our commando planks. Y'all are gonna love me for this one. We're going to be taking down forearm to forearm and back up to those arms, alternating as we need. If we don't want to do it on our toes, you have the option to drop it down to the knees. Getting ready here to take it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. For these commandos, you are making sure those glutes are staying low. You are making sure that that core is engaged. You've got this. You're bringing it up and back down again. Make sure we're alternating from which arm is going up and which arm is going down, switching sides each time. You're getting your break in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. The last thing you have here for our strength circuit, you're gonna be turning it around and getting ready for our tricep touch. We are working down to the last circuit, which is our tricep toe touch. And you are going to be opposite arm to opposite foot, reaching on over for that tricep toe touch. Keeping those palms planted flat on that mat. Heels are sinking down into the ground, keeping that core engaged. Getting ready here, we're starting it off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure those palms are sinking into that mat, keeping a nice and engaged core the entire time to help with that balance. Make sure you're not shifting too much with those hips. You've got it. Keeping that gaze forward and lifted. If you stumble through it, that's okay. Get yourself right back up again and finish it through. Last few seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Nice job, everybody. Similar to the last one, if you want an extra added challenge and really maximize your workout, feel free to rewind this strength circuit and do it 2 more times if you're really feeling up for the challenge. But we're gonna be moving on over to our last circuit, of this class, and it's going to be our core. Thanks, guys. We're gonna be going into our last circuit, which is our core circuit right now, before we kick it into our cool down. So finding ourselves gingerly laying down onto our mat. The first thing you're going to be doing is a star jackknife. So I'm laying flat on this mat, and I'm opening the arms out and lifting those legs up off of the ground as I hike myself up for that jackknife position and bring those arms back down into a star. Getting ready here, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't like the star jackknives, feel free to modify it for whatever works best for you, taking it into just the jackknife, just raising your body weight up and back down again with the upper part of your core. Or feel free to take it down into those leg lifts, taking the legs up and back down again while keeping those hands tucked underneath the glutes. Slowing it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everybody. We're transitioning into our next move, keeping it low on this mat. Getting ready here, we're taking it into some scissor kicks. Making sure to engage that lower part of the core. My arms are going up underneath those glutes as I extend the legs out for some scissor kicks. You have the option to point those toes and take them to the sides horizontally, or feel free to flex that foot and take it up and down vertically. Getting ready here, we're going into those scissor kicks in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds on that clock. For an extra added engagement in the upper part of the abdomens, feel free to lift that chest and those shoulders a little bit off the ground. Make sure you're not straining the neck too much, feeling a nice and long spine. You've got a few more seconds left here. Keep it up. Last few seconds right here. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. You've got one more thing left. For our last circuit, we're gonna be burning out these obliques with some penguins. So we're gonna find ourselves flat back on that mat. My arms are off to each side, and I'm just gonna be reaching on over, keeping those shoulders lifted up off the ground, and my spine as aligned as possible. The farther away your feet are from those glutes, the harder it's gonna be. Getting ready here, we're starting it off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're keeping that shoulder lifted up off the ground for an extra engagement in that upper abdomen. Remember, the farther away those heels are from that glute, the harder it's gonna be. Really challenge yourself for these last few reps of this last circuit to go all out. A few more seconds here. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. That was absolutely awesome, you guys. Now we're going to be just taking it into a very quick cool down to make sure that we protect all of the muscle groups that we worked out oh so hard today. So keeping ourselves low and flat on that mat, just taking that left ankle, crossing it over the right knee, threading our arms behind that right quad as we bring that leg towards us. Take a couple of breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking some time to start rolling out that ankle, that left ankle. Switching directions when we need. Dropping that right leg back down towards the ground, uncrossing that foot, and switching sides right here. Threading it through, feeling that tension in those hip flexors. Slowly start to roll out that ankle. And in our time, dropping that leg down to the ground again, uncrossing the feet, and slowly walking ourselves up into a seated position. In this seated position, crossing ourselves into crisscross. I'm taking the arms and I'm crossing the left arm across my body, feeling a nice stretch all throughout those shoulders, a little bit in the chest, some in your tricep. Uncrossing and opening it up to switch sides right here. Open it back up and cross behind the back for a figure 4 twist. Pulling maybe from that tricep, just trying not to put too much tension on that elbow. Uncross one last time. Nice. Now we're just extending those legs up in front of us as we reach for those toes. Maybe trying to connect that head with the knees. If we can't reach those toes, feel free to go for the shins. And if you can go all the way, feel free to lower down. Roll on up from that twist, turning it around, and propping ourselves up into a tabletop position as we round and contract from the spine. Tucking the toes up underneath us as we hike those hips forward into a downward dog, pedaling out from those legs. Really lifting those hips up to the sky. And take time here as you walk the hands and the knees in towards each other and slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this total body workout. I don't know if you did, but I definitely got a sweat in. If you want to rewind any part of this video to go through the circuit maybe 1 or 2 more times, feel free to challenge yourself to do that. If I missed a stretch or you feel like there are some places that are still a bit more stiff, feel free to take as much time as you want. Post-workout care is one of the most important parts of creating longevity throughout your fitness journey. So thank you guys again for joining me. You can catch me at Veggie Kareen. My name's Kareen. Bye.